In this video, I may be all over the place, but there's like a couple of things I want to touch on here. The first off, again, let's go with this. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Let's rate the human experience. This was something I was asked. What would you rate the human experience, and would you recommend this to family or friends? I would rate this a 4.7 out of 10. And I'm being very brutally honest. I'm going to give positives and negatives here. I would give it a 4.7. There was some good things. 4.7 out of 10. There's some good things here. Other people are cool. Family are cool. Friends are cool. Family for the most part. Friends are cool. There's a lot of good looking people here. I like the food. I like some drugs. I like nature. Sex is good. I've had some pretty eye-opening realizations, so that's been good. Other than that, it's a shit show. 100% a shit show. So, yeah, I probably definitely wouldn't recommend this to my worst enemy. So, would you consider this a failure? If you ask me my brutal honest opinion up until this point right now, yes, it is a failure, and it is not over. I mean, I could come back to you 3 months from now and be like, oh, this is fucking amazing, dude. But as of right now, 35 years in the game, it's a shit show for the most part. There's some cool stuff. Most people are crazy. There's some weird stuff going on. The system here is awkward and weird. It kind of feels like you're the only sober person at a party sometimes. So, yeah. Would not recommend, dude. Also, we're going to go over positive and negative traits and some that could be considered each here. This is something that has came up to me and something I've been asked multiple times. What would you consider your positive and negative traits? And for the most part, I consider positive traits to be negative traits to a degree. Some people say I am too positive, too optimistic. And I can see how that is the case. You should be brutally honest with things. I get that, but you should also keep faith, because faith is very hard to maintain and keep. Hard work. I hear this hard work thing so much that it's ridiculous. Hard work's easy. Anyone can work hard. It is faith that is hard to obtain, keep, and prosper going forward with. So, I do believe you have to have faith and trust for this to turn, and I do think it can turn pretty rapidly and quickly. So, being too positive, that's a negative trait. I've been told multiple times through multiple people within my life that I'm too nice. I'm too nice. However, I've also been told that when it comes down to it, that I fucking go for the jugular and give no fucks about it. So, which one is accurate? Am I too nice? Or when shit turns south, do I go for the jugular and just annihilate people? And this is the thing I've realized. It's not like that I go out of my way to because I will fully admit and accept that I do this. However, what I've noticed is I don't lie when I do this. It's like any person that you can find out here in this world that has something negative to say about me or says they do not like me, which God bless you, dude. If I was accepted and loved by everyone, this would be a failure. But it's because I've called them out on their shit, because they've pushed me to a point where I have had no other option than to call them out on their shit. And I don't lie. I speak truthful words to them that they know are truthful and gets them bent out of shape. So, do I go for the jugular? Probably. But, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I get accused of being too nice out of one breath, and the next breath I go for the jugular. And my words are like fucking swords. But this will lead into another thing that I think is a positive and a negative is I don't give a fuck. And that can be a positive and a negative because, like, I don't go along with shit. I just don't give a fuck. But then when it comes down to it, if I get pushed too far, I really don't give a fuck. And when I don't give a fuck about everything, that's a negative. So these are things you need to look for in yourself, things that are benefiting you, but if you look at it from a slightly different angle, it's negatively affecting you. So find that balance in there. So I guess some other things I would like to speak about is you have to admit when you're the problem. And I think in a lot of regards, we look for reasons to blame other people for our actions and etc. And I do think to a small extent that's valid. But also to another extent, like you have to take responsibility for your actions, your thoughts, and if you're being negative or positive. And I understand I just said that I've been accused of being too positive and blah, blah, blah. But this is something I need you to understand. Externally, like through speech, I come across as like this overly positive person because deep down inside, I believe that's truly me. But sometimes my internal dialogue is negative and it jumps to the worst case situation, or it'll jump to a dramatic situation, or etc. And I have to be honest with myself about that because you tell yourself stories all the time. You make assumptions and judgments, and a lot of the times they are very, very, very inaccurate. So just watch what you're thinking and tell me if that meets what you speak about. Because see, this is a very tricky subject to even encounter or speak about because you have two different lenses. It's like you have to be able to look at things from two different perspectives. Really, you're looking at things from multiple perspectives, and that's what you want to get to, but ultimately you can boil them down into two perspectives. So you have to be able to look at things from two different sides. You have to, at the very least. So while it may be the case you're looking at X through this perspective, it's truly Y through that perspective. You have to realize that if what I'm claiming to you is correct, the human mind looks for problems, it looks for negativity, and it focuses on negativity. You have to call out how much you're paying attention to that is positive and how much you're focusing on that is negative. A big thing you have to do. So that's my only advice. You have to look at things from multiple perspectives, but call yourself out on how you're actually looking at it. So I guess the last thing I want to leave you with in this video, and I'll probably come back and touch back on some of these subjects, but actually I'm going to talk about a couple things here. First off, man, the love is not fully here, I don't feel like. It's like, if people are very honest with themselves, what they really want in life is to be happy, accepted, and loved. And that's not here from any regard. It's like people have to be defensive, and people has an ego put up due to this system in society and culture. So I think that's a big issue that we face. And that's it's like you want to feel loved, and it sucks when you don't feel love from the people that you probably should feel love from the most. And I'm going to end with this because this would not be a Blake / advice from you / JC / LJC. video if I didn't talk a little bit of shit. It's almost like you want love and support and acceptance from your family, your closest family, and when they don't give that to you, it's almost like it puts a wall up and a box against these people. And I'm going to end this with this. The other day, my uncle, by marriage, wanted to do a commensurate thing for my aunt and my mother. Long story short, they both passed away the same month, like 20 days from each other. And normally I don't do shit like this because I don't like doing family gatherings because it's always some drama. It's always just people sitting around bitching and just weird stuff. But I agreed to do it because I obviously love my mother and my aunt, and I fuck with my uncle, and I like these people to a degree. I mean, I love them. I know I love them, but they're hard to deal with. So I go to this thing, and half the people there are acting super fucking weird towards me. Won't talk to me, won't hardly look at me in the eye. And it just like reaffirmed and kicked in like, I don't fuck with these people. What am I even doing here? Why do I care? Because I only went there to be nice. Why do I care if these fuckers think I'm nice? Because obviously they don't fuck with me, so why am I going out of character to act like I care? Like, why am I talking about people that died? Like, I'm not being a dick. I love my mom and my aunt. But, dude, these people died over a year ago. Like, we can commensurate them. We can give respect to them, but my life don't revolve around people that died. God bless my mom and my aunt, for real. Love you all, but I can't sit here with a bleeding heart and like be in mourning my whole life 24/7 because someone passed away. That's insanity. And I don't know why these fucking people want to drag me back down into some boo-hoo fest for it. And it's like, some of these people want to put me into stressful situations for no reason, and if I don't react or act a certain way in response to them, they get butthurt. It's like, dude, I trust this. So what am I going to be like whatever about? And why should I care? Like, why? I don't understand. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. These people are fucking weird. But it's Game of Formula Play Life. I mean, talking to you, this is what we do. Create illusions, have an experience, tell stories, snap out of backwards ass shit show land, enter real reality. Mask off, I love you.